Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hard Knocks on Zaleski Sports is presented by Security Health Plan. SecurityHealth.org is your portal to find your plan, a doctor, prescription tools, and more. For 24/7 access and all the tools and resources needed to improve your well-being, right at your fingertips, visit SecurityHealth.org.
Boys, who remember what a dragonfly symbolizes? New beginning. New beginning. Coach Detterman pointed out to me, while we were playing out there, they were all on top of us. They were following us, boys. That's a great start to the season.
Linemen should know this drill. Everybody else should have an idea what we're doing. We're going to use a violent swat and rip through, okay? Swat, rip, we're through. We're tagging out.
After falling flat in a challenging game against Brilliant, the Zephyrs are back for another practice in which they're asked to give 100% for 100 minutes. But things feel different this time. Last week, the Zephyrs needed a kickstart from the coaches. This week, they need no such thing. The energy is palpable, and every single one of them knows what's on the line this Friday against New Holstein.
Hey, do I need to explain this drill? We've been through it. Jordan, explain the drill! 10 push-ups! Get engaged! I'm talking to you!
Down. 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10.
We missed the little things! Communicate! Do I need to explain?
Go,
Get clapping!
Go, George. There we go, George.
2 point stand. 3 yards off.
Here we go, let's go. George, go.
If the Zephyrs fall to New Holstein, their future is uncertain. So, they're focused on what they do know. With a win, they're in the playoffs, and for the first time in 23 years at that. If there's ever a time for them to give 100% effort, it's right now. And even in the rain, the energy would remain at an all-time high all practice long.
Ready, go!
Make sure we bring the rip, too. Bring the rip, switch, slap.
Ready, go! Last one. Come on, Riley.
Keep it up, all right? 100% for 100 minutes. We're way past the less than 100 minutes now. We got short side to go. We should be finished. You got 2 minutes. Take a break. Got it. Let's go. Bring it in. To the sideline and take a break for a minute.
Okay, be loud. Beat the Huskies on me. Beat the Huskies on 3.
1, 2, 3. Beat the Huskies.
And if they're going to be able to beat the Huskies, Tarver Trinkner knows they have to put the memory of last week behind them.
It's really important for all of us, because next week is playoffs, like you were mentioning before, and especially for me. I mean, we talk about it every day with our mental coach, Coach Pete, flushing it, next rep, next play, next practice, next game. So it's just learn from it, obviously, watch film, learn from it, but next one's the one that matters, not the one we just played. So where our seniors are playing it it's their last game. This is our last week of practice. We're giving 100%, even more than we have been, and this is it, really. Win or go home. And so next week, one at a time, obviously, but getting 100% and give it all we have.
The Zephyrs game against the Huskies drew enough attention to be featured as the Zaleski Sports Game of the Week. The Zephyrs are not the only team with a lot to play for tonight. New Holstein, with a victory, could be conference champions. The Zephyrs, coming off back-to-back losses against the teams competing with the Huskies for the conference title, would love nothing more than to play spoiler on top of sending themselves to the playoffs. They've referred to this week as Playoff Week 0 all week long. Which team will prove itself?
Boys, get tight. Hey, resilience on me. Resilience on 3. 1, 2, 3, resilience.
Give me the smartest one out here. So what are you going to call? Tails. Tails. Tails is the call. And it is a tail. You want to defer? Okay, white want to toss, they're going to defer. Red, you're going to receive the ball, right? Which end do you guys want to defend? Forward. Okay, so you guys can spin around. Rotate around. One line. Okay, so red, you're going to receive on this end on the deferral. Okay, you guys have any questions for us? All right, good luck, guys. Have fun. Shake hands. Good luck, man. Good luck. I'll see.
An internet outage at the school would actually mean that the first 4 minutes of this game are lost to history. But the first thing we've got here is a fumble by the Zephyrs deep inside their own territory. Huskies recover it. They are set up with great field position at the 5-yard line, and then from there, James Conrad punches it in for a 5-yard rushing touchdown, and the Huskies strike first. The extra point would be good, and New Holstein leads it early, 7-0. The ensuing kickoff attempt is going to be on the ground, and it'll roll into the waiting arms of Luke Fairweather, who will pop into your frame in a second here, and once he does, keep your eye on him. Dangerous as always, Luke Fairweather down the far sideline is going to outrun everybody on the New Holstein kicking team. He will take it to the house, and the Zephyrs answer right back, a statement to tell the Huskies that they're not going to let them walk all over them. Alexei Quinones' extra point is good, and this game is tied 7-7 early. On the next possession for the Huskies, they're going to hand off to junior Connor Schaefer, who's going to bounce it outside after nearly getting tackled in the backfield. He's going to go down the sideline for a gain of 8 and a first down. On the next play, they go to Schaefer again. Zephyrs have been game planning for him all week, and you see why now. He puts on the stiff arm, and he's going to be finally brought down out of bounds inside the 20. Then the Huskies are going to go with the draw play. Here's James Conrad running left side, tough running. He's going to pick up 7 yards. Then senior quarterback Landon Floyd is going to fake the handoff and go to the air with a little jump pass to the end zone, and it's caught by Eli Coleman. The Huskies score again. Extra point is no good, and they lead it 13-7. Next drive, Zephyrs trying to keep pace. Here's a keeper for Tarver Trinkner. He is going to get 6 yards and a first down to the Zephyrs 31. But backed up by penalty on a 3rd and long, Trinkner will go to the air. Roland Wright is going to hit Luke Fairweather, but he's brought down well short of the first down, and the Zephyrs have to punt. Second play of the next drive for New Holstein. Landon Floyd going to the air, looking downfield, but Mason Wagner almost comes down with the interception, but it falls incomplete. Brings up a 3rd and 10, and here's another handoff to James Conrad. Good blocking in front of him. Conrad's going to pick up a first down, pushed out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Next play, 1st and 10. Here's another handoff, and this time it's Connor Schaefer. He's got another good run, going to get past the sticks for a first down, and the Huskies are on the move. 1st and 10 again. Floyd going to the air, but the Zephyrs bring pressure, and they get home. They get the sack, and that will end the first quarter. Backed way up after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They hand off to Connor Schaefer again. He's going to get most of that yardage back. Then 3rd down. They go to Schaefer again. He runs right through the middle and is going to pick up a first down. Some nice running from him so far. A couple plays later, 2nd and 10. They hand off to Schaefer again, but this time Elliot Reichenbacher pushes him backwards 2 yards. Then 3rd and 12, they're going to hand off to James Conrad, running outside, really using that lead blocker well, but he's going to be pushed out of bounds shy of the first down. It'll bring up a 4th down. So going forward on 4th down, Landon Floyd going to go to the air, rolling right, looking for the end zone, but it's incomplete, broken up by Mason Wagner, and it's a turnover on downs. Zephyrs with possession now. Trinkner hands off to Elliot Reichenbacher, running right up the middle. He's got 6. They try to go to Reichenbacher again on 2nd down, but this time Jacob Schneider for the Huskies is all over it, drops Reichenbacher for a loss of 2. Sticking with the run game on 3rd down, but the Huskies defensive line blows it up. This goes backwards, and the Zephyrs are going to have to punt. Huskies with possession again. 1st and 10. Here's another handoff to Schaefer, and he's got another good run. This time he's going to be brought down just shy of the first down. Running the ball again on 2nd and short. This time it's the junior Nick Foyt, and he's got the first. Then going to the air on 2nd and about 7, and Landon Floyd is swallowed up by the Zephyrs' defensive front. They get the sack and force a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, they line up Connor Schaefer to take the snap. He hands off to Eli Coleman, who's got a little bit of room to run on that far side, but he's brought down before he can pick up the first down. And on 4th and 6, Landon Floyd is going to go back to pass. He throws one up towards the end zone, but it's intercepted by Mason Wagner, who almost picked one off earlier, deflected another one. This time he's got his pick. But the Zephyrs' first half offensive struggles continue on this 3rd and 10. Schrinkner tries to keep it himself, but nowhere to go. Zephyrs have to punt it away after going 3 and out. Huskies with control of the ball again, and no surprise going to the ground game on this 2nd and 10. Here's Connor Schaefer navigating traffic for a pretty nice gain. Then on 3rd and short, Landon Floyd going to the air, forced out of the pocket, rolling right, fires one back over the middle of the field, and it's caught by Max Steffes for a first down. A couple plays later, 2nd and long, here's a double handoff. It'll be James Conrad with the ball, and he's got room to run, may have fumbled it at the end, but Huskies retain possession, get a first down. Next play, they run the double handoff again, this time the other direction. Connor Schaefer will get the ball, and he's going to pick up 7. Time running low in the first half now, and Floyd spikes it with 8 seconds left to stop the clock. It'll give them time for one final play before halftime, and Floyd will roll right looking towards the end zone, launches one deep, and it's intercepted by Caleb Vogel to end the half. Vogel with a sack and an interception now on the game. The Zephyrs go into the break trailing 13-7 after a half where the offense struggled, but the defense kept them in the game. And, well, the offense will need to make some adjustments. Coach Peterson gives credit where it's due on the defensive side.
Way to close the half up, right? Way to come in, right, and close it out right. Okay, we're going to come out with the offense, and they're going to make we're going to make some of our adjustments, right? When we come back out, right, we're going to continue to switch between the base, the over, the bear, the polar bear, right? We're going to continue to, like, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? They stop pulling their tackles. Ooh, that's their bread and butter. They stop pulling their bucks. Ooh, that's their bread and butter, right? We beat them on their bread and butters, right? That's an outstanding job, right? This is where we take over, right, defense? They're warm down in the first half, right? Now we're better equipped to do it. We're stronger, we're more physical, we're better shape, right? Now it's time for us to run, right? Elliott off the edge, Caleb off the edge. We're going to continue to pound, right? They're getting tired. Now we got to go 9-5-1. 9 players, 5 yards, every play. Does that make sense? Yes, Coach. We got to hustle. We're going to out-hustle them. Does that make sense? Yes, Coach. Out-hustle them, right? And we're going to get another turnover, and we're going to take the top off. Does that make sense? Yes, Coach. Let's continue to be that physical team, right? Now we're starting to get it, right? No longer scared. We're playing, and we've hit them, right? Yes, Coach. They're not. These are puppy dogs, right?
Only one half between them and a potential playoff berth now, but the Zephyrs' offensive struggles continue on this first drive. The screen pass goes nowhere, and the Zephyrs go 3 and out. First possession of the third quarter now for the Huskies, and it's a rare keeper for Landon Floyd. He picks up 1, but is ripped to the ground by Brennan DuPont. Then on 3rd down, Landon Floyd back to pass, forced out of the pocket, rolling way to his right. Forces one down the sideline. It's tipped and intercepted by Dominic Osgood. It's the 3rd of the game for the Zephyrs, and it could not have come at a better time. Here's another look at it for you, courtesy of the team, and great awareness by Osgood on this play. An encroachment penalty on the Huskies' defense would give the Zephyrs a 1st and 5, and here Tarver Schrinkner goes to the air, hits Dominic Osgood right after he gets the interception, and it's got a first down. Then a couple plays later, on a 2nd and about 6, they run a very similar play. Osgood catches it, and he's only got about 2 this time. Then on 3rd down and a long 4, Tarver Schrinkner is going to keep it, sprinting right side, following his block, is spun down to the ground, but not before picking up a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, Schrinkner can't handle the snap, picks it up, but nowhere to go with it, and he'll be dropped for a loss of 2. But on 2nd and long, Schrinkner right back to work. He takes it himself, running right side, down the sideline, is pushed out of bounds after a gain of nearly 15. A couple plays later, on a 3rd and about 4, Schrinkner is going to take it again himself, and he's going to pick up another first down. On a 2nd and goal for the Zephyrs, Schrinkner will roll to his right and rainbow for the back corner of the end zone, where it is caught by Dominic Osgood for the touchdown. The extra point is good, and with 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, the Zephyrs now lead it 14-13. Huskies trying to make sure they don't fall behind in this one. Here's a handoff to Connor Schaefer, moving through traffic for a gain of 5. On second down, Landon Floyd will drop back to pass. Good protection, rolling to his right. Decides to change direction. He comes back all the way around towards the near sideline, realizes he's got a lot of grass in front of him, picks up first down, and is pushed out of bounds right in front of the Huskies bench. The flag on the play was picked up. On first down, Floyd hands off to Schaefer. Running game has been most reliable for them all night, and it continues here. Schaefer gets 6. On 2nd and 4, they go back to the air, and Floyd hits Eli Coleman on the quick pass. He's got a first down and is pushed out of bounds by Caleb Bogle. With another fresh set of downs, they go back to Connor Schaefer, but they're finally able to get him in the backfield. Alex Klinkhammer disrupts it for a loss of 5. On 3rd and long, Landon Floyd dropping back to pass is under pressure, but evades it and is going to turn into a really nice scramble down this near sideline, fighting through tackles, and he's going to get close to a first down. Into the fourth quarter now, going forward on 4th and 3, and it's a handoff to Schaefer, who then looks to throw it, looking downfield, but it's intercepted by Dominic Osgood. It's his 2nd of the game and the 4th of the game for the Zephyrs. A huge takeaway in this 1-point game. Osgood is clutch. Zephyrs with the ball now. Trinkner goes back to pass on 1st and 10, hits Mason Wagner over the middle for a gain of 7. Then on 3rd and short, it's a handoff to Elliot Reichenbacher, who's had a quiet night, but he's able to push ahead for the first down and a gain of 5. 1st and 10, Trinkner fakes the handoff to Reichenbacher, throws over the middle to Luke Fairweather, who spins out of a tackle, tight ropes the sideline, picks up a first down, and is pushed out of bounds. But later on the drive, on a 3rd and about 15, they elect to keep it on the ground with Reichenbacher, not a whole lot of room to run. Brings up a 4th and long, they line up to go for it, Trinkner trying to draw him off, and it looks like he does, but the Zephyrs are actually flagged for a false start. They have to punt it away. Voster's punts, and it's nearly blocked, but able to get it away, and it's fielded at the 2-yard line. Not a lot of room to work with down there, and good coverage by the Zephyrs punt team. 2nd down and 5 now for the Huskies. Floyd goes back to pass, but he is smothered and dropped by Brady Detterman, the junior. He bowled right through that right tackle, and it's a huge loss for the Huskies. 3rd and long now. Floyd drops back again, being pursued again. This time Zeke Hennessy nearly able to drop him. Floyd gets the ball away, but this is a question of intentional grounding. The ball did not make it back to the original line of scrimmage, nor was there a receiver in the area. This is flagged for intentional grounding, and since it happened in the end zone, it's a safety for the Zephyrs. They get 2 points and are now up 16-13 in the fourth quarter. Now with possession after the safety on a 3rd and about 8, Trinkner drops back to pass. Good protection, but nobody open. He takes off by himself, dives out of bounds, short of the first down. Zephyrs line up to punt it away with Vosters, but it's blocked. The Huskies get there. They almost had one earlier. This time they get home, and it's Jacob Schneider, the senior, to give them great field position late in the fourth quarter. Then on the very next play, Floyd goes to the air. A wide open Max Steffes is alone in the end zone, and he's got it for a touchdown. 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and New Holstein takes the lead. Zephyrs now trailing 20-16, season on the line. 2nd down and 10, Trinkner drops back to pass, looking deep for Fairweather, but it's incomplete. Flags come out though, and the Zephyrs get a fresh set of downs. Then 1st and 10, Trinkner looking quickly to Luke Fairweather, who gets the edge, tiptoes down the sideline and picks up a first down, pushed out of bounds to stop the clock. Then Zephyrs go back to the bubble with Dominic Osgood. He's got it with blockers in front of him. He's going to be near a first down, and the Zephyrs are moving the ball in rhythm now. Then 2nd and 1, Trinkner takes it himself, gets a good block from Reichenbacher, picks up a first down before he's wrestled down. Trinkner would come out for a couple plays, so here's the direct snap to George Voss, who plunges ahead, gets close to a first. Then Trinkner comes back in for a 3rd and short, looking to pass, rolling to his right, fires downfield, and it's incomplete, but more flags come out. Who is it on? The refs come out and they say holding on New Holstein. This is going to give the Zephyrs a fresh set of downs again, a huge penalty. Then on a 2nd and 10, Trinkner going to take it himself, running through a lot of bodies. He loses the ball, but the Zephyrs are able to jump back on it, and they dodge a big bullet. It brings up a 3rd and 5. Zephyrs trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Trinkner back to pass, fires, and it's complete, but flags come out. It's holding on the Zephyrs, and they're going to be backed up. So after the holding penalty, it's a 3rd and 15. Trinkner back to pass, rolling right, then decides to cut back and take off running. Got a lot of room in front of him, gonna get close, but he's called out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It'll set up a 1st and goal with 1.5 minutes remaining. Now down near the goal line, it's a direct snap to George Voss, but he can't punch it in. Good play up front from the Huskies defense. Then next play, they go to Voss again, leaping towards the goal line. No sign right away. Zephyrs all think he's in, and it's signaled a touchdown. Voss punches it in to give the Zephyrs the lead with 35 seconds left. The Zephyrs sideline erupts in excitement. The game is not over, but they're feeling pretty good about their playoff hopes. Alexei Quinones comes out to add the extra point, and it is good. The Zephyrs lead it 23-20 late in the fourth quarter. But as they say, job not finished. Quinones comes out to kick it away to the Huskies, and this one is going to take a slow roll out of bounds. An ill-timed mistake that's going to give the Huskies good field position. Desperation time for the Huskies. Floyd drops back, rolls to his left, then passes back across the field to Eli Coleman, who's got it, but the ball is popped out by Caleb Vogel, who comes down with it, but this play is blown dead early. Otherwise, it would have been Zephyr's ball and game over. Then 2nd and 1. Floyd will throw again with a deep drop looking way downfield for Connor Schaefer, but this one sails out of bounds with 15 seconds left on the clock. Then on 3rd and 1, it's Floyd again, trying to find somebody open downfield, but just ducks out of bounds after picking up a first down with 9 seconds left. Down and distance no longer a factor. Huskies need a miracle, and they need it now. Floyd looking downfield. Mason Wagner is going to come down with this ball, but it's not an interception. Couldn't keep the feet in bounds. There are 3 seconds left. And on the final play of the game, Floyd will drop back to pass under pressure, lobs one up in the area of Coleman, but it's incomplete. Game over, and the St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs are going to the playoffs. It has not happened since well before any of these players were born, and you can't help but feel like it's the perfect culmination to a storybook season. Jason Zaleski spoke with Coach Detterman and Mason Wagner after the game.
Yeah, we are good here in our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. First with Zephyrs head coach Rob Detterman. Coach, playoffs. That was the mission here tonight. You and your guys accomplished it. Tell us all about it.
Yeah. What a game, right? I don't know what I can say about it, but we battled all night. It was a tough game. You know, we fell down early, but special teams picked us back up and kept us in the game. And we told the kids early in the year that special teams could win us games early and help win us games late, and it helped us tonight. But defense and offense, the coaches, man, I got to talk about my coaches a little bit. The coaches were awesome tonight. They had a good game plan coming in, but the adjustments Coach Keller made on offense in the second half really worked well for us. Coach Peterson called a good game all night. Coach Olson on special teams did a great job, and all the assistant coaches just kept the kids' heads in it, kept us going in the right direction. So really proud of that staff too.
Congratulations, Coach. Celebrate.
Thank you. We will.
All right, he's out of here. We bring in our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Mason Wagner. You heard Coach talk about your play. So let's talk about that first. I want to talk about your teammates, but just first, tell me about your week of preparation coming into this game.
I mean, we knew it was going to be a battle, and New Holstein's a heck of a team. And from Monday, we just started, kept it easy on Monday, but then we really locked in, watched film. Everyone watched the film, so we know what they do. And I'm just so proud of everyone for getting ready for this, and we did it.
And then lastly, Tarver got a little cramp going at the end, right? So George comes in, takes it in from the 2-yard line. Next man up, a whole team, right? We had all those things that Coach has talked about all year, and you saw it to win the game here tonight.
Yeah. I'm proud of George, too, for stepping in. We've never ran it with George. So that was when George's name got called, I was like, you know what, he's got it. He'll fight for the yards, and he did what he was told and got the touchdown.
It's yet another night in this long, incredible journey of a season that these players and coaches will remember for the rest of their lives. The St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs, just 1 year into their rebuild, are officially a playoff team.
Moving on to week 10. Yeah. Bonduel. You guys are very familiar with them, right? Playing in almost everything. But we haven't played them in football, at least in any records I see anytime recently. So, we're changing that. We're going to go beat them.
On the Monday after the big win in New Holstein, it's right back to work for the Zephyrs as they begin to game plan for their first-round playoff opponent, Bonduel. The team has made it farther than this video series can follow them. But I had the chance to sit down with Coach Detterman one last time before practice to hear his thoughts on what has been and continues to be an amazing season.
Well, the goal of the playoffs has actually been day one. When we first met with the kids in February, we talked about making that turnaround, and if they were willing to jump on the train so to speak, that we could get there right away. That we knew we had the talent here. We just had to develop it in the weight room and get to work, and they need to follow, and then the seniors needed to be leaders, and they've done that all the way around. We tell them, I keep mentioning following and leading together, and we tell them to be good leaders, you have to be good followers first. We all have somebody to follow. I have a boss. I have to follow his directives, and then I got to lead the people below me, which is, our staff or our kids, and I ask them to do the same thing. Follow what we're setting out for you. We'll build the tracks, is what we told them. You guys drive the train, and these seniors have been incredible the entire way. They've done it from day one.
If there's one thing that you were to take away from this 2025 Zephyr season, or one thing that you would maybe want the kids on the team or the people watching Hard Knocks to take away from this team, what would that be?
It's hard to boil everything down to one thing. For the Hard Knocks audience, I hope they remember the dragonflies, right? That's funny because somebody that saw that episode sent me a picture of a dragonfly. It's a mother of one of our players. Sent me a picture of a dragonfly that landed on her porch today, but dragonflies signify change. And my seniors have been the dragonflies that have signified the change here and made the change happen. So very proud of them. They'll always be our dragonflies. But I hope people realize that we got some grit, some tough kids, some kids that'll fight through hard games, and they're gonna play right to the final zeros on the clock. They've proved it several times this year. They've got what it takes, and we're only going to grow from here.
With the growth that has already happened in the last year for this team, it would seem that the sky is their limit. As they take the field to prepare for Bonduelle in the chilly fall air, it's hard not to be reminded of the heat of August where it all started, and how far the Zephyrs have come since. No one knew what this team was capable of besides themselves, and they are far from being done proving themselves. While this series has come to an end, it's business as usual for the Zephyrs until further notice. And regardless of how far they go, nobody can take this season's turnaround away from them. As Coach Detterman said, remember that dragonflies signify new beginnings, because for him, his staff, and this team, it is still the beginning.
Hard Knocks on Zaleski Sports is presented by Security Health Plan. SecurityHealth.org is your portal to find your plan, a doctor, prescription tools, and more. For 24/7 access and all the tools and resources needed to improve your well-being, right at your fingertips, visit SecurityHealth.org.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.